What is going on, guys? Romer the Romer here, and today I'm going to go over how to start selling books on Amazon. And the most important thing about selling books on Amazon is to make sure you actually can find some books. Let me adjust this a little bit. And once you guys start coming in here, you can ask some questions. I may or may not get to them, but I will definitely scroll through them at the end and answer a few. So, if you're just starting out on Amazon and you want to sell books, books are a very good thing to sell because they're cheap and they sell for a lot. People still buy books. However, you have to make sure A, they actually sell, they have demand, and B, they sell at a decent price. Those two things have to be there, okay? I screwed up selling on Amazon. I started in college and I got really excited about this whole FBA thing, which is fulfilled by Amazon. And I really screwed myself up because I took a bunch of books that were free in the library. I sent them all to Amazon. FBA is fulfilled by Amazon. They sell books. They essentially sell your books for you. You set the price. They'll fulfill the order and everything. I sent in a lot of books that didn't meet criteria A. They didn't have demand, and B, they had really bad prices. So even if they have really good prices, if they don't have demand, don't send them in. You're going to end up paying Amazon storage fees. So I recommend, and in this video, think of this video as more of a blueprint than anything else. I'm going to lay out things. I'm going to kind of gloss over a lot of stuff. I'm not going to go too into detail, but this is a video that I would have wanted to watch 2 years ago just to lay things out. This is like a roadmap, okay? So I'm going to say things, and if you think they're interesting, go in the comments below. If you have questions about them, ask me. But I'm just I'm gonna give away the game on how to sell on Amazon starting out, and I'm not gonna go over 1,000 different softwares. I'm gonna go over my favorite ones, which I haven't experimented too much with softwares. I just use what works. Some softwares I run away from because they didn't work. So I know I'm gonna get comments like, oh, he's just promoting this software or whatever. No, I'm using this software because it works. Okay. I also have affiliate links for this stuff, and I do get a kickback for it, but that's just common sense. If I'm talking about a software, and if I'm promoting something, of course I'm going to pay for it. So anyway, number one, you want to source from people's houses, okay? From your own house first, and then you're going to branch out to other people's houses. So you're going to download this app. It's called ScoutIQ. You're going to start scanning every book in your house. You don't need a scanner yet, but eventually you're going to want to invest in a Bluetooth scanner. Starting out, just download this app called ScoutIQ, and it literally turns green if it's a good book and red if it's a bad book. Don't overthink this. Don't look at the price and be like, oh, the price is super high. If it turns green, send it in. If it turns red, don't send it in, okay? And I'm not even going to go over how to send it into Amazon. There's tons of videos out there on how to do that. I'm just laying the roadmap for what worked for me. And I've sold close to 200,000 in sales and books, including last year and this year. This year I just reached, I'm probably at 120,000 now. So I'm very open with my numbers. This is how I did it. So starting out, you're going to source from your own house. Go scan the books that you have on your shelf. Whatever turns green, good, great. Go watch a YouTube video on how to send in books FBA. There's tons out there. Okay, so that's step number one. Get the ball rolling. Number two, ask all your friends. Make a Facebook post. Say, hey, look, especially if you're young, if you're in your 20s or even 30s, and hell, probably 40s, there's students around you. You want to get their textbooks. Textbooks are super expensive. Start out, maybe say, I'll split the profits with you 50%. That way you don't have any upfront fees, and just take their books and sell them for them on Amazon. Split profits 50-50. Through this whole process, you're going to get a feel for everything. You're going to get a feel for sending stuff in FBA and really selling on Amazon. And you spent absolutely zero money on inventory, okay? So that's the most important thing. And if you guys want to learn how to price and all that stuff, I have some videos on that if you scroll down. And also, if you just type in Caleb Roth, the book flipper pricing strategies, he's got extensive videos on how to price. He really nerds out over this shit. But the thing is, it's not super complicated. It's like, okay, if you want to be the next sale, match the lowest offer. So it does get a little bit complicated. As you're sending stuff in FBA, you're selling prime now, so you only care about prime prices. But essentially, like if you're the next in line, if you're the next lowest offer, you're gonna be the next sale. So I recommend doing that starting out. Just match the lowest FBA offer and just really just get the ball rolling. Take action. A lot of people talk about selling on Amazon, but they never do. So you got your house, you got your friends' houses. Then you can branch out to thrift stores, and thrift stores might not be worth a damn where you are. It depends. If you're in a big city, you really have to map everything out. So I recommend going to citydata.com, and the links after this live video, this link's going to be below. It's City Data, and it'll take you to this wealth map, and the wealth map will show all the purple area. It'll show purple areas and white areas. It's like a scale. You want to focus on the wealthy parts of your town because that's where the good books are. That's where the expensive books are. People will, donate books from their houses when they move out, and they'll go to these thrift stores and they'll be on the shelves. So now what you're going to do is you're going to go in the thrift store, the ScoutIQ app, and you're going to scan every single book in the store. You might only pull 10 out of 1,000, whatever it is. That would actually suck. If you only pull 10 out of 1,000, you're in a really bad thrift store. You'll probably pull 50 for every 1,000 scans, okay? So thrift stores are option number 2. That was option number 3. We got your house, then friends' houses, and this is the order I recommend going in, then thrift stores. The 4th one is libraries. This is obvious. Libraries are, hubs to books. That's where books go. People donate their books to libraries, and a lot of times libraries want to get rid of them. So you can talk to the librarian, work out a deal, say, hey, look, I'll pick up the extra inventory you guys have for free. I have lots of friends, business acquaintances doing that, and they're just going to these libraries and picking up all their books for free and selling them on Amazon. You could also, a lot of times libraries will have books for sale out front. You could just scan through those. So just starting out here, this is where I recommend starting out. Use citydata.com, look at the wealthy areas, focus on the wealthy areas, map out every single thrift store and library in those areas, and even near your house if you live in a poorer area, hit up every single one close to you, and then what you're going to do is you're going to choose the good ones and choose the bad ones, okay? Or mark off the bad ones. So to put all the good ones on a list, don't go to the bad ones anymore. Try the bad ones like 2 or 3 times. If you strike out each time, stop going there. Focus on the high yield, okay? So you got thrift stores, libraries, and then do that for your city, and then the next step, and that could be enough right there. It could be enough just to have a couple libraries. I know people that make a living just off of a couple libraries near them. Or I know people that have one thrift store they got a good connection with, and now they get they have excess, they have so much donations at the thrift store that the person's like literally buying Gaylords. A Gaylord's a term for a shit ton of books in a big box. It's like a pallet of books. And he runs his whole business off of Gaylords from one thrift store. It's pretty crazy. There's a ton of potential out there. But until you do that, like literally pause this video and go do those things first. Download ScoutIQ, scan all the books in your house, make a Facebook post, get all your friends' books, especially the textbooks. Hit up every single thrift store and library near you. And if you don't get any books, just quit. You might as well just quit because you're obviously doing something wrong. Okay, and on a serious note, if you're not getting books from your city could just suck. So, but I know people that say my city sucks, but they've only been to like 2 thrift stores. Wait till you hit 20. Like literally go to every single one. If thrift stores suck, the libraries might be good. Okay, and then if all those options, I know those will do good if you're diligent about it and you work hard. Last option is the general public. And again, you could start with this one, but I recommend starting with these 2 because you're going to have a lot of success early on. And the main reason why people quit in business is because they don't have success. They do something and then they don't go hard enough at it and they fail. Or they do something, they go hard in it and they fail. That's even worse because when you try something really hard and you still fail, it tells your brain that when you try to do entrepreneurial stuff, it doesn't work out, okay? So you want to cultivate success. for yourself. So these, your house, that's going to be your first win. Okay, then your friends' houses. Do these things, really hype yourself up over, you find a $5 profit book on your shelf, get really excited about it. You really have to reward your brain for doing good, for sourcing. I know it sounds silly, but this is real stuff. And this is why a lot of people quit entrepreneurial journeys, is they never have success. So in this order, like the way I laid this out, it's gonna get you high off of your initial successes. The last one, and there's more ways to source, but I know people have built business models out of all of these different ways. I mean, this first part, it's almost like a multi-level marketing scheme or whatever. Like you can do your own house and get all the books from there, and then you can ask all your friends for books, but eventually that's going to be out. Thrift stores, libraries will replenish. It might take your friend's bookshelf years to replenish. The general public is the last one. And this is the best one because this is where the good books are. This is the best one in terms of acceptance rate. And I'm going to get into how to scale this, but you want to create a brand for yourself, which I'll go over that in a second. But in order to source from the general public, I've never done this before, but you could go up to people's houses and knock on the door. It's a lot of work, takes a lot of balls, you're going to get told no a lot. There's interested, motivated sellers out there, people trying to get rid of their books, people that just want to, purge books from their house, and they're posting on Facebook Marketplace, they're posting on Craigslist. They're giving their books away for free. They don't want a whole lot for them, okay? So, except for the students on Facebook Marketplace, they'll ask like $500 for a textbook that costs them $250. They're little hustlers. There's ways to get around that too. So apps like OfferUp, Let's Let Go, Nextdoor, Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, all of these places, go on there, type in books, and look for people's books. And what you're going to do for the textbooks is see if they're profitable, see how much they're asking for them, and make them a reasonable offer. So if they want $100 for all these textbooks, but you think you only can profit total $150, maybe you offer them $50 and see what they say. Okay? You're really going to strike gold, when you see a moving sale. Someone's trying to move out of their house, or their grandpa just died and he was a minister and he's got a whole room of religious books. Things like that will happen. And when they do, most of the time people aren't super money motivated when it comes to them. They just want to get rid of them. So you'll find those leads on Facebook Marketplace, like probably all these apps. Nextdoor is one I've just been experimenting with, but I really like it because Nextdoor requires you to enter your zip code or your address. They send you a letter, and then you have to with the verification code, then you have to verify it via the app. So Nextdoor is almost like a barrier to entry to even get in it, so people trust you more. So this is the first part. Where the hell to get the books? And there's other ways to get books, but just start out with these. Once you get more advanced, you're going to branch out to other ways, and you'll have too many books to deal with. So I have written up here, and for even like I say for people starting out, but even for people that have been in this for a while and people that want to scale a business, you don't want to have to be paying a ton for inventory, because if you're paying, let's say you're paying $1 a book, well, that's great. That's not really that expensive. But what if you're going hard and you're getting 1,000 books a week? That's $1,000 you're putting into your business. That can add up fast. You can run out of money fast. So I have written up here, get books for free. So in order to do this, and again, I'm not going to get into super detail about any of this right now. I may in future videos. So if any of this stuff resonates with you, heavy, comment below and be like, Avery, Romer. Avery's my first name, Romer's my middle name. I go by Romer the Romer because I travel around the country getting books. Comment below, Romer, I really like what you said about this. Can you go into more detail? And I will. So, declutter service. You want to frame yourself as a declutter service. You'll go pick up people's trash. Okay? Easy enough. You can target all of these right here with that. The next one is consignment. This is for more money-motivated parties. Maybe a student. You take their book, You sell it for them. You're gonna want a way to track it. And if you're serious about this, if you're really serious about you really actually, scaling this book business. I actually really like consignment. I'm more of a consignment guy than the free guy right now. I'm tasting the declutter service. But right now I'm more of a consignment guy. And I like it for a lot of reasons. I'm actually a consignment guy for the reseller community. A lot of resellers watching this, I've sold their textbooks that they're gated in. They can't sell certain textbooks. So in order to track that, I use Caleb Roth's tracking spreadsheet. I also use it for friends who have books and maybe thrift store. I never use it with thrift stores actually. But parties with lots of books. I'm not going to give away all my secrets, but people with lots of books that really want money for them. I'll give away one. Here's a little secret. In college, my wrestling coach, he had a closet filled with books. And I wanted to help out the wrestling team. So I said, hey, look, I'll sell all these books for you and pay you half. 50-50 split. So Caleb Roth's tracking spreadsheet. Again, after this live video, the link's going to be in the description. But without that, I'm not going to say I couldn't do it. I probably could. I'd figure it out. But this just makes it so easy. It's $175, but it's more than paid for itself 10 times. Because I'm able to, at the end of each month, I put in 2 reports. That's it. I put in the sales report, put in the sales transaction report, and I put in all my listing data via Accelerlist. So it knows exactly what all the fees were, whose books they were, were they Joanna's books? Okay, Joanna sold 10 books this month. You owe her $50. So it's mindless work. At the end of each month or at the beginning of each month, August 1st is coming up in a couple of days. I'll be paying everyone. Boom, right there. I enter those 2 reports, do some math, and I pay everyone. So I prefer consignment because people think about me a lot when they're on consignment. So maybe this is like my narcissism coming out, but they're like, is Romer gonna pay me? I send him my books, is he gonna pay me? And then what that does is when I do pay them, it builds trust. Whatever party I'm trying to build trust with, now they're like, oh shit, like he's for real. I'm gonna go get him more books, versus declutter service. That's great. And I probably like some of the biggest, there's a guy I think the biggest Amazon seller's name is Declutter for books. So they're crushing it with that model. But and that's a different type of value you're offering. You're not offering them monetary value. You're offering them a service. You're actually more of a service than actually with both of these you are a service. But we're in a product-based business. But up front, when we're going out in the world getting books, we are a service business, service-based business, more than a product-based business. And Amazon has taken the whole product side away from us because we don't have to deal with customer service or anything when we sell FBA. But I really prefer consignment because it builds trust, it builds a relationship, which creates recurring sources, which gets into my next point, the importance of building a brand with social media and word of mouth, okay? So you want to build a brand around your book business with these 2 things. They're really kind of the same thing. Social media is an outlet for word of mouth. It's like, as Gary Vee says, social media is word of mouth on steroids. People are always on their phones. Wherever they're at, they're always on their phones looking at shit. So you might as well be in front of their face, just like I'm in front of your face right now. Or maybe also comment below, are you listening to this right now, or are you watching me? Because I'd be interested. I got the whiteboard and everything up here, but are you actually are you just listening to it? Because maybe I should start utilizing podcast platforms. I haven't done that yet. So you really want to build a brand by posting on these platforms a lot and taste them. If you're going after students, maybe Instagram's a place. Facebook is great, for the older population. Facebook's great for, and there's something about people, I guess it's because you can share on Facebook. You can't really share too easily. You can screenshot and repost in your story on Instagram, but people will share posts about your page, I have a book business, and 3 people will share it. That's word of mouth on steroids. And once you build a brand, which I've successfully built a brand around reselling, it's small, Romer the Romer, but it's growing. And it works for me when I'm not there. in several ways. There's probably always at least one person on YouTube watching me all the time. Like if you just like mapped it out for a year, there's probably at least one eye on me all the time, which is pretty crazy. And I kind of walked into that, but now I have the knowledge of building a brand, and I'm actually pushing this now more to my book business. I'm actually working on building a Facebook page to really build credibility around my book business, to show people, hey, look, I sold Sue's books and I paid her for them, and then now Sue's written a review like, oh, Avery's a great guy, he sold my books, blah blah blah, and I want to get like 100 of those, and then I want people to start talking about my business so it just grows for me. My business, the way I want to scale my business, and I change my mind, weekly, but right now I've really just been excited about scaling my business towards students, and really, because I guess I think like a student. I know what students want. So I want to get more books from students, and I actually want to sell their books for them on Amazon. So that's the way I'm going about scaling my business. And I'm going to do that via social media and word of mouth, but you could frame yourself as a declutter business, declutter service. You could, whatever you go with, definitely utilize these two. There's no reason not to utilize social media. Word of mouth is going to happen organically when you're a good guy. When you go out and when you help someone, by taking all their books from their house, that's really good. And that's what I like Nextdoor. Nextdoor is more of a, community-based app almost. So, which it's going to result in a lot more organic word of mouth. Whereas OfferUp and Let Go don't really allow that to happen. So that's where it's at right there. And even if you build a brand without social media, which is getting more and more difficult these days, I mean, just having that brand, where people just call you because they know whatever service you have is like the shit. So once you get there, you're not gonna have to work so hard to get these books. They're gonna start coming to you, to the point where, and I'll go over this in my next video, you better have your systems in place to list those books and reprice and all that stuff. All your ducks better be in line when that comes, because once you get all this situated, especially the brand part, there's gonna be more books than you can handle. So, and in my next video, I'll go over this more, but you wanna remove yourself from your business ultimately. So there's portions of my business that I don't even operate in anymore. I don't list books, and I get lots of books sent to my house or to my lister's house. I don't even get them sent to my place anymore. I get them sent to her place, and she'll actually pack them up and list them and do everything. And then I have my repricing delegated. I have all that. So like my business, there's lots of parts of my business don't even need me involved. So eventually you want to remove yourself. I'm not 100% removed. There's a whole other side of my business, like the whole bulk book part of my business. I'm really trying to work on that. I'm really trying to get that going, where I can just get pallets of books, bring them in my storage unit, and process them. So when I'll have to remove myself, it'll be a little bit more difficult because I'll have to find someone to go through the books, which isn't impossible. I can go out and practice and find someone. It's just finding someone worth a damn. That's the hard part. So a little overview, if you guys are watching this or you're just getting started in books, be sure to follow my other social media, especially Instagram. I post a lot on there. I give a lot away, especially in the live streams. Hop on those, because you might catch me giving some secrets out. But right here, supplies, starting out, all you need is a bathroom scale to weigh the books, because you're going to ship them to Amazon. Amazon's essentially going to sell them for you. Some resellers don't like that terminology, like, oh, I'm selling books myself. It's like, no, really, Amazon's selling them for you. They're on the sales channel. Amazon's holding them. They're fulfilling them. Hell, they're probably even running ads for certain books. Like, you really just, you're providing the inventory. Boom, it's gone. You get paid. So you're going to want to get a scale. Just go to Walmart, get a bathroom scale. Most of you guys probably already have scales. You're going to want to get a scanner. I recommend the Nadamoo Mini. This will be in the link below too. It's not my affiliate link, but I think I get a kickback if you sign up through that link, just because it's an Amazon Associates link. I've been trying to get an affiliate link from them for a while, but it's honestly just my favorite scanner. ScoutIQ, you're going to want to get that app, and It's the best app for selling books. It's created by a bookseller himself. I have a whole video review. It's called Scout vs ScoutIQ. Search that on YouTube. I'll probably just type in Scout vs ScoutIQ review, Romer the Romer, or something like that. And I kind of go into why I prefer ScoutIQ. I use Accelerlist, which in the next video I'll go over more my process of once I get the books, what I do exactly, and getting systems in place for that. And if you guys are going to go the declutter route, you're going to want to have a game plan for your duds. Duds are a term for books that aren't good to sell on Amazon. What the hell are you going to do with those? So make sure to subscribe if you're not subscribed already. And then the last one is optional, but it's not optional if you want to scale this business. It's a labeler. You're going to want to get a Dymo. I started out, I'll show you guys real quick. This link will be in the description below too. Dymo 450. I actually tell people now to get the 4XL because you can print shipping labels with it too. If you don't get this, you're gonna have to get you're also gonna have to have another printer, like a brother printer, to print the shipping labels. So this is just for the labels for the books. But yeah, I think that's about it. Like, subscribe, comment, unsubscribe. I would really appreciate if you guys commented, future content you guys want and topics that you want me to delve deeper into. Anyway, peace out, guys. Romer the Romer here. I'm out.